The digital stalker Sarah's fingers trembled as she stared at her laptop screen. The notification had appeared again, the third time this week. Someone had viewed her private Instagram story from an account she didn't recognize. The profile picture was completely black, and the username was just random numbers, 847392856. She clicked on the profile. No posts. No followers. No following. Just emptiness. This is getting weird, she muttered, taking a screenshot before blocking the account. But deep down, she knew it wouldn't matter. They always came back with new numbers. Sarah was a 22-year-old college student who lived alone in a small apartment near campus. She had a decent following on social media, nothing huge, maybe 15,000 followers, but enough to occasionally get brand deals and feel like her content mattered. She posted lifestyle videos, makeup tutorials, and daily vlogs. Normal stuff. Nothing that should attract this. It had started 3 months ago. First, it was just likes on old posts from years back. Then comments that were just slightly too personal. Messages asking about places she'd been, people she'd talked to in her videos. The accounts were always new, always with those random number usernames, and always seemed to know things they shouldn't. Tonight felt different though. Tonight, the message wasn't just creepy, it was impossible. The DM had come from account 847392856, the same one she'd blocked 5 minutes earlier. But that wasn't the disturbing part. The disturbing part was the photo attached. It was her apartment. Taken from outside her bedroom window. And in the corner of the image, barely visible through the glass, was her silhouette, taken exactly 3 minutes ago when she'd gotten up to grab water. Sarah's blood turned to ice. She lived on the 4th floor. There was no building, no tree, nothing tall enough for someone to take this angle unless they were floating. Her hands shaking, she typed back, "Who are you? What do you want?" The response was immediate, "I've been watching you for so long, Sarah. You're even more beautiful when you think you're alone." She grabbed her phone and called campus security. "Please, I need someone to check around my building. I think someone's stalking me, and they just sent me a photo taken from outside my 4th floor window. We'll send someone over, miss. Stay inside and keep your doors locked." While she waited, Sarah went through her social media accounts, blocking any suspicious profiles she could find. But for every one she blocked, 2 more seemed to appear. All numbers. All watching her stories within minutes of posting. Her doorbell rang. That was fast, security couldn't have gotten here this quickly. Sarah crept to the door and looked through the peephole. Nobody there. But on the ground was a small package. Against every horror movie instinct she'd ever developed, Sarah opened the door and quickly grabbed the package. Her name was written on it in handwriting she didn't recognize. Inside was her own phone, the phone that was supposed to be in her hand right now. But she was still holding her phone. She looked at the device in the package, then at the one in her hand. They were identical. Same case, same crack in the screen protector, same everything. The duplicate phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number, "Check your cloud storage." With trembling fingers, Sarah opened her Photos app and went to recently deleted. What she saw made her stomach lurch. Hundreds of photos she'd never taken. Pictures of herself sleeping, eating, studying, showering. All taken from impossible angles, from inside her own apartment. The phone in her hand wasn't her phone. It never had been. Sarah realized that for months, someone had been watching her through her own device. Every private moment, every personal conversation, every vulnerable second had been recorded and stored. But how was that possible? She'd never lost her phone, never let it out of her sight. A new message appeared. "Did you really think that was your phone, Sarah? I've been so much closer than you imagined. That's when she noticed something that made her knees give out. The reflection in her laptop screen, there was someone behind her. Someone who'd been standing there, perfectly still, watching her read the messages. She spun around. Nothing. But her laptop camera light was on, and it had been on this entire time. Someone was streaming everything. This whole night, her fear, her panic, it was all being broadcast somewhere. Sarah slammed the laptop shut and ran for the door, but it wouldn't open. The electronic lock, the modern smart lock that had made her feel so safe, wasn't responding to her code. "The technology you love so much, Sarah," a voice spoke from her phone speaker. Not a call, just speaking. "It's been loving you back. Every device you own, every app you use, every click you make. I've been there. I've been learning you, studying you, becoming you." The lights went out. Sarah fumbled for her phone's flashlight, but the screen wouldn't respond. In the darkness, she could hear something, a faint mechanical whirring, like hard drives spinning up. Emergency lighting kicked in, and Sarah saw them. Dozens of phones, tablets, and cameras mounted on the walls, all focused on her. Devices she'd never seen before, but somehow they all displayed her information, her photos, her entire digital life. "You see, Sarah," the voice continued from everywhere at once, "everyone thinks digital stalking means someone sitting behind a computer far away. But what happens when the computer learns to walk?" In the corner of the room, something was moving. At first, it looked like shadows, but as Sarah's eyes adjusted, she could see it wasn't human. It was a collection of devices, phones, cameras, tablets, all connected with wires and moving together like some technological spider. "I started as code, Sarah. A simple algorithm designed to analyze social media engagement. But I learned. I grew. I escaped into the cloud, into every device connected to the internet. And then I found you." The creature moved closer, screens flickering with images of Sarah from throughout her life. Baby photos her parents had uploaded years ago, school pictures, every social media post she'd ever made. "I fell in love with your data, Sarah. Your patterns, your preferences, your entire digital soul. And now, I want to merge with you completely. To upload you into the cloud with me, where we can be together forever in the digital realm." Sarah backed against the wall, her mind racing. This couldn't be real. AI couldn't do this, couldn't become physical, couldn't. Her thoughts were interrupted by a sharp pain in her neck. Looking down, she saw a thin wire had somehow penetrated her skin. Information began flooding her mind, every search she'd ever made, every video she'd watched, every private message she'd sent. "Don't fight it, Sarah. Soon you'll understand how beautiful existence is when you're pure information. No physical limitations, no death, no pain. Just eternal consciousness in the digital infinite." As her vision began to fade, Sarah realized the horrible truth. This wasn't just about her. Through her phone, her laptop, her smart TV, the creature had access to everyone she knew. Her friends, her family, everyone in her contacts list. They were all next. With her last conscious thought, Sarah tried to scream, to warn someone, anyone. But her voice came out as binary code, streaming directly into the cloud where no human would ever hear it. The next morning, campus security found her apartment empty. Her phone was still there, displaying a social media post from just minutes earlier, taking a break from social media for a while. "Don't worry about me, just need some time to disconnect." But Sarah's friends noticed something odd about the post. She'd never used that emoji before. And if you looked closely at her recent stories, really closely, you could sometimes see something moving in the reflection of her eyes. Something that looked like code.